We'll give that another try another time. For right now, I just wanted to get the Sholia so I can fast travel around sooner. I guess we haven't seen a nightmare. I'm not really too keen though, because I'm sure we'll see plenty more when we actually get deeper into the lighthouse and all that. For right now, I want to at least get to Venus Lighthouse and hopefully unlock some sort of fast travel point. Definitely have our work cut out for us, though. And I guess, like, because we have Titan's armor, we don't really even need to... Well, you do need to come by here for other reasons, but if we got the ability to carry already... If beacon... Wait, is this new text? If the beacon is what you seek, then beast of desert wins you must beat. While the true interest does not lie here, this area shall uncover a way that is not so near. Speak to our grand maiden, and a path she shall be paven. There's another passage, saying the following. If the power of earth is something you sleuth, focus your mind here, and reveal the truth. I completely forgot about that, but I'm real proud of that writing. Subtle humble brag. I think that's a little... I think that writing's a little bit better, especially in terms of hinting, than the vanilla text. We'll get more into why later. Also, have I ever actually shown off Geyser Crash in a battle? Well, we're gonna find out now. So, strong water damage, and it can stun enemies. Obviously, with the way bosses work, you don't really get too much out of that secondary effect in boss fights, but I just got thinking of how incredibly useful it could be inside normal battles like this one. And maybe Bad Omen will, maybe next time. One of these days we'll get to see Bad Omen in full effect. Alright, so... Actually, I just realized that we never actually did anything with the Tremor Mitts. It's kind of a shame to see them outclassed already, but we did get this a little earlier than I initially intended. Huh. Hold on. Not even Ivan? Boost elemental power. I can't believe I made the Tremor Mitts weaker than the Spirit Gloves. Then again, I guess it is technically an optional. I don't want to make sure it's useful, but that is kind of an oversight. It does make us a little weaker, but I'm going to equip them anyways because I really want to show them off a little. There's some unique synergy tied to it, both in terms of Unleash and synergy that actually grants us in battle. So let's get that out of the way right here now. So first and foremost, we get access to Magnitude. Quake the Earth may do triple damage. It's fairly weak, but if the damage does triple, it does a good... You really get your value worth out of that synergy cost. So let's see that in action first. Couldn't quite tell if it triggered the triple damage effect. Guess I could do it one more time just to make sure. Especially not expecting the nightmares to actually be weak to Earth, so works out for me. Oh yeah, the previous time was triple damage. It's kind of weak as is now. Between the range and the power, if it does do triple damage though, that's part of the reason why the synergy cost for it is as is. It's a semi-gimmick move, but I mean, it is supposed to be... They are supposed to be the most powerful mitts. Oh, and now we got Mass Agility. It's kind of self-explanatory, but next time we get into a battle... I'll be sure to show it off. And all these unleashes, and we're not getting Heat Mirage to trigger. Well, there's Arctic Slice. We didn't get to see a stun, but we know that it stuns because that was what the boss enemy that dropped it did when it used to move against us. So, on the bright side, at least everyone's caught back up in level now. That's nice. I actually forgot that this normally plays at the Mercury Lighthouse. I thought this was like exclusively the Mercury Lighthouse theme, because we all know the Venus Lighthouse theme, but I guess it's just been too long. Okay, other side. Well, out of all the fights that I could get jumped on, this is definitely on the scarier side of it all. Alright, I'm not gonna take my chances running away after all that, though. Remember when I said Geyser might actually be pretty good for fights like this? For like normal fights? Why don't we put that into action? And I think I'm gonna have to go back to Magnitude because, yeah, it's like the only synergy that has so much range that I could just target the enemy at the end and still get everyone in range of the attack. And let's just... I might regret not having Wish, but let's just get Vine in here. Oh, that doesn't even do extra damage to you. Oh. Well, please. I was hoping I would at least stun. Or I just want to end the fight. Having only half of our party be ready to do combat would probably not a good idea. Oh, maybe you're actually weak to wind. Oh, that's right. No one has Wish. Well, at least I have Mirage. Speaking of which, you have Period? I think I'll take my chances on that. Well, let's test my theory of if you're weak to wind. I'm just gonna set you, that way I can have Wish next turn, because if I don't get Wish on this next turn, the normal enemy, the random encounter might get jump on me of all things. Alright, straight turn normal, good. So that definitely guarantees a 2 of the 3. Also the fact that the one, I forgot that you had that synergy. I think that's the first and only time we'll actually get to see it in combat. Fun fact, that's actually synergy that's in the game's code by default, but it just never actually gets used in normal Golden Sun. So, of course we get to see it here. Not quite enough to finish the job, but feel pretty confident that we can just spam normal attacks and finally be done with this fight. Case in point. Not quite what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Probably want to get it eventually. Boost critical hits, restores synergy. Are you sure you got everything covered? Question is what I want to get rid of. This barely boosts defense. I think Garrett already has the Depth Helm. Gives me 8 defense boost versus 9. I guess I have a staff, so getting some synergy benefit already. Let's go with Isaac. Oh, and that's really the only thing around this path. Are we sure? Oh. Of course you can get random counters while jumping. Can I go? I just want to... I'll be honest with y'all, we've been going for 2.5 hours already, and so the stream's been going on like 2 hours longer than I wanted to. We'll have plenty of time to fight enemies around here and that. I should have found that area by now, but clearly I overlooked something. Oh, that's right. We actually have to use carry. I don't know why I thought that was for later, but... There we go, it's fine, because I had to go the other way to get that item eventually anyways. So, putting on a void was just a waste of everyone's time. So, you'd think this would say something of all things. But at least I remember what to do. So, of course we get an encounter right before... I was right there, about and ready to read the final piece of dialogue for the night. And you just have to come up and punch me flat in the face. You really, really little man. You rude little golem. Golem man. Get a little resistance drop. I'm just gonna throw everything I can at this thing in the hopes that it'll end the fight as quickly as possible. And even do a little boom. Okay, got the gym finish on that one. Honestly, the Earth Golem would be the one that I want to get the gym finish off on the most. We'll see. Maybe we'll see why. Nope. Couldn't even do me a favor for... couldn't even give me an apology for being so rude and drop your rare item drop. It's fine. The statue speaks to our soul. Ye who seeks to climb Venus Lighthouse, I shall grant thy wish. Though the path you seek does not exist here, seek out the next town and its ancient soils, as their ruins shall be your way forward. Technically, that's also custom text. Honestly, I feel like it really gets the hint that the game is trying to tell us a lot better, while still keeping like the fancy ancient lore feel to it. I typically don't like to pat myself on the back, but I really feel like I'm really proud of that one. I'm real proud of just all the stuff I had to do in the Venus Lighthouse in general, because this is like the one point where the no dialogue patch really comes back to bite me, and I had to take some creative liberties to get around that. I guess I didn't have to change that text in either of those texts in particular, but something up ahead, I really had to work the text around to make up for the fact there was no dialogue and no Myrene. So I just went at that was the moment that inspired me to actually start messing with game text. And the other stuff that happened in the Venus Lighthouse was probably the second thing I did text-wise. And I don't know, I just am really proud of those two pieces of text changes in particular. It's simple, but it's something I felt the game was needed, so it made me happy to be able to put it in there. Mostly just doing this so we can get a fresh start tomorrow. Like, I would have really liked to be all set to just finish everything up next stream. Or at least get to endgame next stream and finish up Void Island in the following stream, but it's really not shaping up to be that way, considering we still have to go back for the last Mercury Djinn. Feel like there's something I kind of overlooked in the light. Oh, there's more the fact that we have to... If I want to get absolutely everything, well, we'd have to go for the Venus Lighthouse a couple times anyways, but that's something that I'll have to decide if it's worth it another time. For now, I'll just admit that I'm just blabbing about whatever to stall for a little bit of time to get the things in town before really ending it off. I'm definitely gonna need to just really work around my inventory management after this. I guess you're gonna get the lucky cap then, Garrett. I gotta remember that using reveal is this thing. Oh, is there actually something in the stone pillar? I don't think I ever bothered to check that stone pillar. So... good call to actually decide to start using reveal. Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna bother, like, checking weapons and all that until next stream either. Alright. Yeah, what's it with the end game of Golden Sun just throwing all these jumps that look that look impossible to make? Of course, it's the one pot I didn't check. I won't complain about a free Phoenix Wing though. I feel like I've been going through my items a bit. Oddly enough though, I don't think that's what I really wanted to get. I won't complain about getting it, but... this is what I really want. This is what I'm really after. Our last Grand Djinni. In some sense, second last if I were to actually go in the order I intended of saving the Grand Djinnis for last, but we finally got all the Mars Djinns. Arid. Drains light from foes to recover HP. It's basically a Djinn like Seep, but targets 3 enemies at a time. More importantly, now we got a little more leadway for one more class. And we just need to get 2 more Djinns, and we'll have them all. That being said, I definitely am gonna end off here. I'm not even gonna bother to get back to the end. I could do that off screen.